Okay, today we're installing on the Yamaha Viking, and basically your windshield's going to come. It's going to look like this. It's going to be wrapped up into some, got some cardboard, some plastic wrapped around, all that stuff, and your instruction kit. So what we want to first start off with in installation here is we just want to peel this plastic back right here on the bottom section of the windshield. We want to just peel that back a little bit past the, I want to peel this back a little past the holes here. Two reasons. One reason being that we want to try to reduce as many fingerprints as we can on this. Number two reason is that if there's any problem with the windshield, if you just peeled back the plastic and there's any problem, the windshield can be returned. If you remove the protective plastic, you own the windshield. So we always recommend just peeling it back just barely to kind of get yourself started. Now I'm going to have Brandon come over here and help me. I'm just going to lay this across the hood like this. It's going to sit in there just like that. And you can see that, like, if I wanted to make sure everything's going to tilt and work properly, I can test that right now, because we can see that everything is functioning properly on this windshield. The two tools we'll need is the 7/16 inch wrench and a Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, so in our little install kit here, we have our 4 larger size brackets, and then we have one smaller one. This is for our center support bracket, so set that one off to the side. And what we're going to grab here is bolt nut and lock washer for our 2 bottom brackets. And so what we'll do here is we'll put our bottom clamp on here. We're going to put this guy on here just loosely. The reason we want to put them on just loose is because this helps us to align the center of the windshield. And if we need to pull it one way or another way, this gets those 2 on. Now that I've got all 4 of those on there, I'm going to grab my screwdriver. And what we want to do is press this down firmly to the body. So it's pressed down nice and tight. And then just snug that down a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is take my wrench here, and I'm just going to put a little force forward and cinch that bolt down nice and tight. Keep a little pressure going forward as I'm cinching that down. Now with this, we provide lock washers, and don't add anything onto this. Don't be putting any Loctite onto your bike. Loctite voids all warranties. Not designed to work on plastic. Will destroy it. Do not use that. Just use what we've sent you and you will be fine. So now we know that our windshield is functioning, and going to rip our plastic off of it so that we can see it better. And basically, at this point, we're a long ways done with the install. We've got our straps. Now, the next thing we've got to do is do the design of the Viking. There is, this is the only bike that we have where there's actually a little spacer that's put right here. And it's just because this hood drops down, so the windshield's only resting on this outside edge. Okay, so as I was stating how we go about putting this spacer in here, so you'll have in your little instruction kit a little diagram that looks basically like this. So we want to center this guy in the center of the windshield. Take a couple pieces of tape, so that won't move. Tilt our windshield up. And then basically what we're going to do is just take a small drill bit and drill our pilot hole right in the center of our drawing right there. And drill right through that hole while holding our piece flush on the body right there. And just sink that in. And that'll be your center support. And give you some additional structure to the windshield so it's not moving as you're traveling or towing with it. Oh, as well, while we're there, you're going to have two little bumpers. And again, since this guy is not buying a tilt windshield, what I would be doing is putting those bumpers, these two bumpers, right on these two outside edges, and then my brace in the center. So we're going to take straps. We're going to put our first strap in, smooth side facing us. Now, so what we're going to do here is we're putting this strap in, smooth side facing us, clip out. On this clamp, smooth side facing us, clip front. And then what I'd normally do to kind of position everything is I'd just kind of lightly tighten that down, then put these bumpers in that guy, so it's just kind of, everything's kind of locked up. But if we're getting ready to tow, what we're going to do is we're going to cinch that guy down as tight as we can, strap this back one across here, and then we're going to roll this one around here. And that's going to give us our lockdown. And going to crank that down tight, wrap that around there. So now we've got it basically, if you would, double Velcroed and secured. And then this windshield, if this weren't moving, this is it's very soft, gives it stability as you're riding down the road, so it's not moving and bouncing on you. Without this, you'd get more flex in it as you're riding just due to what it is. And so this just helps give it stability. Now, this is how we would travel when we want to utilize our windshield. For the half windshield, this is how we're going to strap it down, secure it, so that it's not flapping up or flipping up when we're driving down the road. That can potentially be dangerous. So towing this down the freeway, when we're going to tow it down the freeway, this is how we want to tow it. All of our windshields are designed to be towed in the down position. Also, this is how you want to wash your windshields. One of the major advantages to a full tilting windshield, and one of the reasons why we actually won't make a non-tilting windshield, because we're not sure how you're going to clean it without scratching it when you're out on the trail. It's virtually impossible. All windshields, get that all. You get a more resistant windshield, it does not mean anything. The greatest nemesis to all of the windshields on the market are fine dirts and dust. Rinse it off with water first, rinse it off with you just simply need to rinse this off with some water. Take a clean microfiber cloth, wipe that over the top of it. You're done. You will not scratch your windshield, you will not destroy your windshield. But if you go spraying Windex, Windex is the huge destroyer to all plastics, designed for glass. So don't use Windex, use water. It's cheaper and it's easy. Just throw it in your cooler, throw it in the back of the vehicle. I go mudding, I throw a gallon in the back, and when I can't see anymore, I rinse mine off and go play some more. So it's very easy to rinse off because we can tilt it down right here. In the up position, we can rinse off the outside, getting all the mud and dirt off with the water. Makes it really nice and easy. Now, when we're going and it's getting cold, it's starting to rain. Okay, so in setting up for our bracket, first off, just to kind of give you an idea here, is that when you're doing a hard top, the bracket goes like this. The round part of the bracket goes up on the top of the roll bar, and this goes on the bottom. If you're doing a soft top, it's the reverse opposite because the bracket is designed differently. So, I'm going to secure that down onto there a little bit. Gonna line it up to this hole, which is basically pushed all the way over there. Now I'm gonna tighten that guy down. Spin this bracket around to where it needs to be, right there. And then basically what we're going to do is hook our bolt with our wing nut right through that guy right there. And that's basically installed. And obviously we're going to put our straps on here. And again, it's always smooth side facing us, clip to the front, pulling it around and securing that on there. Same thing all the way around here. So we're going to do this on all four sides. With this kind of a roof, that I would go about a ½ inch higher on this particular one. So on this kind of a roof though, here's the one thing. You may get a small amount of water in your UTV so as to allow your windshield to be able to tilt up and down, because we're going to have to be able to clear this bottom lip for a tilt windshield to work. But unless you have a full enclosure, you're going to be getting wet anyway. So a little bit of water I've never actually found to be a problem. Where it is a major advantage is that when you are cold and it is dusty, this area right here actually allows for some air circulation. And they talk about this vortex, which really it's not necessarily technically a vortex, but with this airflow coming over the top, it helps reduce the dust collection inside of your UTV as you're driving around. It's cold and it's dusty, so it is an advantage on that side. Like I say, if I were to be making this one for this, I would have made it 1/2 inch taller. Basically, that's how it all works. If you guys have any questions after watching this video, please give us a call, and thanks for your business.